Welcome to a special Tuesday post that I'm going to do on packing. Kitty's joining us. I don't usually do posts on Tuesdays, but my husband's been telling all of our friends what a great job I do with Tetris Packing, he calls it. So some of my friends have requested that I do this video so that we can see how I fit all of this, and probably Kitty too, in this tiny suitcase. Kitty, every time I get a suitcase out, is always front and center. She loves them. I don't know why. It's like a little box that she can play in. So she's probably going to bug me through this video. But that's okay. Let's get started.
We're going to begin with long sleeve shirts, pants, jeans, evening dresses, things that we don't want to fold up because they might wrinkle on us if we try to fold them. And also, we want to make sure that we don't fold them because they're going to take up too much space. They're kind of lumpy and bulky, and if we folded them up into like quarters or whatever, rolled them, then it would take up too much space and it would be too thick. So we're going to leave the edges of the shirt, the sleeves, over the edge, fold up the bottom, and leave the collar on the inside of the suitcase because we don't want those parts to wrinkle. So we're lying everything flat across the suitcase instead of just folding it up and tossing it in. And this dress is going to be flat. If we turn it this way, then I'm going to be able to just kind of fold it over the top. But we're going to fold everything later, so don't worry about it right now. It's just going to hang over the edge like that. And then everything else is going to go in the middle. So all the stuff that we can smash is going to be folded up, mostly folded in half, because if it lies flat across the whole flat part of the suitcase, then it's going to take up less space. And so we're going to do that with all like the workout clothes and pajamas and things like that. But then there's this tiny little Lululemon shirt that we're going to fold up and put in the edges of the suitcase. Here it is. And it's going to go along the edges because we want to make sure that we're utilizing those, not just the center of the suitcase. That'll help us with space later. And then undies go in our shoes. And that's more than just because we need the space for the underwear, because underwear doesn't take up very much space, and neither do socks. We're also going to use some of those, maybe some tank tops. I don't know. We'll see what I find. So we're going to stuff them in the shoes, and that's for another reason, because if we overpack this suitcase, which I'm fully planning on, then I shove my shoes in there and sit on it to close it, they're going to be smashed, and they're not going to look good when we show up to our destination, and they're not going to be comfortable to put on. So we're stuffing them so that they hold their shape. So I try to make sure that I save all these little things instead of packing them so that I can stuff them into my shoes. There we go. And hairbrushes. We don't want to make the mistake of putting the hairbrush in the middle of the suitcase and then it puts dimples into leather goods, things like that. So put it in the edge of your suitcase and face the bristles toward the wall of the suitcase. That'll save you a lot of trouble later. Well, it looks like I've got all my shoes set, so I know I don't need to put anything else in the middle of the suitcase. So I'm just going to start wrapping up our bundle of clothes, and when we're done wrapping everything, we might have a little bit of space in the sides of the suitcase that we can put other things in. So it looks like we're doing pretty well on space so far. So curling iron straighteners, those are good for going in the sides of the suitcases. And makeup, that's nice and lumpy. It's got all my brushes and everything in it. Hubby's toiletry bag and toiletries. Those are just the ones that I wanted to keep out and put in a Ziploc bag because we don't want to make that mistake. It's horrible. But I try, instead of putting them in a small Ziploc bag and having it be lumpy, I put just a few things in a larger Ziploc bag so it spreads out flat. And then with the shoes, it's kind of just a game of Tetris to figure out how they will go in there. Oh, so I pack shower caps for us, and you turn them inside out so that when you wear them, it doesn't get your hair dirty. But then on the side that faces out, you wrap your shoes up. So here's another one. And we're going to protect those nice lubies. And then my other shoes, I didn't have more shower caps that I needed to take, so I'm just going to use our pajamas that we're bringing. My husband has this awesome shirt. Going to turn it inside out and wrap up my shoes. And this way I'm not packing dust bags in addition to my clothing, but I do want to still protect my shoes, so I'm going to use some clothes that we don't need to necessarily worry about whether or not they're like super clean, because I am wrapping my shoes, but that way we're using our stuff as best we can. Oh, pajamas, those fold up really small. And things like this, again, we can just tuck those right in the edge of the suitcase because they fold up so small. So it's coming along. I think we're going to be able to do it, guys. I really do. That was a lot of clothes. Okay, here we go. It's zipping. We're about to do it, and I don't have the zipper extender open. Oh my gosh, you guys, we totally did it. We fit all that stuff into the smallest suitcase in the set. Holy cow.